Hey, good morning, Flower. Mr. Walker here with your morning announcements for Wednesday, November 16th, 2022. It's a brisk November morning, but we're going to go ahead and stand today for our morning announcements, starting first with our pledge. We're standing, and those right hands over our hearts, and we are ready to begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, Flower, you may go ahead and be seated. As you're seated in on level 0, I am right outside of our gym this morning because we have a celebration. We have our first win of the boys volleyball season, and that took place last night against those Desert Sky Dragons. Huge shout out to our boys and Coach Cruz for being those Dragon Slayers. We look forward to our next game at AMS South Mountain. That's an away game on Thursday, 4:30 p.m. Please make sure you secure transportation to and from, and you have a parent or guardian with you. So, Flower, speaking of volleyball, just keep in mind that on Wednesday, November 30th, our girls and boys volleyball teams are going to join forces and are going to face off against our teachers and staff. It's so important for you to be in attendance that day because it is our power assembly on Wednesday, November 30th, but we're also going to have that volleyball matchup. Now remember, it's up to you to tell us what's going to be on the line for the winner. All right, Flower, so you might be walking around and you're starting to see these posters put up by Student Council. Student Council has a special announcement for you about those gobblegrams. Let's go ahead and check it out.
Hello, good morning, students. Today we're going to be selling gobblegrams, which are going to be sold throughout the morning. K to 5th are going to be sold at the morning. 6th to 8th is going to be sold out through the recesses. Thank you. This is the announcement.
So great stuff happening from Student Council. Those gobblegrams went on sale beginning this morning, and so please go out and support Student Council by purchasing your gobblegrams. All right, so right here in the front office, where behind me you see our St. Mary's food boxes for our annual St. Mary's food drive. Now, yesterday we announced that 4th grade was in the lead, but looking at our boxes this morning, it looks like 1st grade has taken over. Now, 1st grade doesn't mean that you're safe here. We have so many canned goods at the front office waiting to be counted. So please make sure that you go ahead and donate. Remember, once again, the grade level with the highest amount gets the pie and administrator in the face. And yesterday you saw the highlights from the last 3 school years. Mr. Walker continues to get pie in the face over and over again. It's what we see every single year. Come on. Mrs. Griffenberg, once again, has been here longer than Mr. Walker. How about we get her return?
More. When you put it in, do not drop it, okay? You can do a little shake, but that's it. Alright? We're gonna do countdown. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hold on, where you been?
All right, Flower, I don't have my lunch bunch with me this morning, but for lunch today, it's Wednesday, so you already know what it is. It is pepperoni pizza day, along with broccoli and sliced peaches. So remember, our beautiful bulletin boards are all up all over campus, so please make sure that you look, don't touch. We need to make sure that we're showing power all day, every day, and especially as it goes to our boards, because our teachers put in so many hours of hard work, especially to our boards. So let's go ahead and make sure that we look, admire, but don't touch. It is time for us to pause, rewind, take a look at history. Native American heritage, history, and culture that has shaped our world and society as we know it. Native American history, heritage, and culture that has influenced our past, present, and of course impacts our future. Today I want to do something a little different. I know I've given you all some book titles to read over the last couple of days. Today I want to change things up with a poem. This poem is called Carrying Our Words by poet Ophelia Zapata. And this poem, Carrying Our Words, I won't give it away. I want you to take a look and read it yourself. Is all about nature. It's all about feeling connected. As you may or may not know, Native American history, heritage, and culture is deeply rooted in nature and being connected to things such as the sun, the moon, the stars, the oceans, the water, the air around us. And so let's take a look today at this poem and find out ways where you can learn about Native American history, heritage, and culture, but also discover ways how you can be connected to the planet around us. All right, so it's time to talk about some academics. Now, over the last couple of weeks, Mr. Walker's talked about tracking the speaker and turning and talking in class, and lately he's been talking about computer-based testing. Now, we have the interim assessment number 2 coming up, and between you and me, we got to come up with a better name for that. But you're going to be tested in your core subject areas, meaning your math, your ELA. We're going to sprinkle some science and social studies in there as well. And you need to make sure that you are ready and prepared to take a test online because it is a different ball game than paper pencil testing. Now, just because you may own a computer, just because you may own a smartphone, just because you know all the ins and outs with coding and you know all the ins and outs with social media, it doesn't necessarily mean you know all functions of a computer and taking a test on a computer. And so please keep this in mind as you take tests. You're going to have to be patient. You're going to have to remember that there is a mouse and you're going to have to scroll down. Sometimes when reading passages, reading stories, reading articles become a little bit too long, there is a scroll option. Don't think just because what you see in the window is all there is to it. You have to sometimes scroll down. There are other times where you have to drag and drop, like we talked about yesterday, and that's really exercising your fingertips. Now, let's also talk today about the tools that you have by your side when you are taking an online test. You have an online highlighter. You have an online magnifier. These are all things that are tools, not toys. So please make sure you use those wisely. Now, Mr. Walker, Ms. Medina, Mrs. Riffenberg, Mrs. Rushing, we're always working and supporting teachers to make sure that you all are getting the best education possible. And so as you all are in class throughout the week, as you all are practicing, whether it's a homework assignment, whether it's an in-class assignment, you're going to be taught how to use these tools and how to use them as tools and not toys.
All right, Flowers, so we're going to go ahead and make it a great Wednesday. The choice is always yours. We'll see you around. Take care. Be safe. Love you all. Bye-bye.
All right, Flower, it is now time for our regularly scheduled moment of silence. Please take the next minute to think and reflect.